Michael Crowley, and you mentioned the relationship with Israel.
Yeah.
Netanyahu, in the heat of this battle, says, I'm not for the Palestinian State anymore, and he says a lot of other things. And then he kind of walks it back.
Yeah.
But the administration seems to be trying to keep the fight going.
Yeah.
Instead of sort of remaining silent, which is what I would have suggested they do after he walked it back, and just try to repair things behind the scenes, whatever. It seemed like they were trying to, get the last word for the news cycle in. What is the administration's strategy here?
Yeah, Bob, I think in a way we almost saw kind of exaggerated surprise from the White House, because I think they've doubted for a long time now that Netanyahu was sincere about a two-state solution. But I think a couple of things happened. Number one is I think that the president and the people around him were viscerally appalled by what they saw Netanyahu say in the closing days of the campaign. In particular, Netanyahu was warning his supporters that Arab Israelis were coming out to vote against his opponents and saying, you have to come out because the Arabs are coming out. And I think there was a feeling in the White House he essentially played the race card. And you can imagine how that goes over in the West Wing in this White House. But I think there's also just exasperation that the peace process is not going anywhere under this guy, and that he, as one former Obama official told me, showed his true colors here, that he pays lip service to the two-state solution in their view, but he doesn't really want it. I also wonder, Bob, this is speculative, but this hard line that the White House is taking, these kind of implied threats that we may not have Israel's back at the United Nations and other international forums where people are pressuring Israel, I wonder if it's a little bit of a high inside fastball in the context of Iran, and saying, maybe you could pipe down a little bit on the Iran deal, and maybe we'll lay off a little bit on this other stuff. Because there is a point at which it's not clear to me why the White House keeps pressing this and pressing this. So what is the leverage they want here? And I wonder if it could have to do with this